It's an honor to be here at World Congress of Diabetes 2026. Thanks to the organizing committee and the organizing chairpersons who host me here. Over the next 15 minutes, I will be uh, taking you through a journey of digital diabetes, incorporating the AI, decision pathways, and remote monitoring technologies that are transforming how we manage diabetes today. Let's start with the reality which we all face today. Over 590 million people worldwide are suffering from diabetes, which is expected to reach 850 million by the year 2050. India alone accounts for almost 100 million cases as of now and is rightly called the diabetes capital of the world. Most diabetes care falls under the purview of general practitioner and internists as there is global shortage of endocrinologists. We need scalable, precise, patient-centered solutions, not just to keep up, but to provide better outcomes and prevent the devastating complication we all see. The landscape has shifted from reactive to proactive care. Notice the staggering growth of mobile health market of around 57 billion this year. This growth is driven by sensor evolution, wherein the CGM monitoring has reached clinical grades with MARD under 9%. The reason digital diabetes care is accelerating is because of convergence of factor. AI has clinically matured, the CGM sensors are more accurate and wearable, and the cloud platforms allow scalable analytics. Together, this is driving a paradigm shift away from reactive clinic-based care towards continuous predictive and personalized diabetes care. The 2026 ADA standards have finally formalized what we have been moving towards. The recommendation 1.8 is a landmark and it explicitly endorses the incorporation of digital self-management tool and AI health coaches into routine care. This moves technology from experimental to standard of care. We are also seeing evolution in shared decision making uh, beyond just HbA1c targets to patient-centered digital goals. Think of AI as a highly experienced consultant who reviews every patient's data manually. Machine learning algorithm learn the patterns from the historical data, and predictive learning helps in forecasting patient outcomes. The clinical decision support system provides real-time recommendation at the point of care. The machine learning model looks at short window of recent glucose values from the CGM, usually lists few readings, and uses the neural networks to recognize the patterns that humans can't easily see. This hidden layer extracts the inputs, and output is a predicted glucose value of 30 to 60 minutes ahead. What's important clinically is performance. These models are reasonably accurate within short periods of time and helps in extended overnight monitoring. In practice, this enables early alerts and preventive action, not just perfect prediction. It always has clinician oversight. We are moving away from a one size fits all approach. AI now clusters patients into different risk phenotypes, helping us manage their pharmacotherapy accordingly. And as the data evolves, so the therapy evolves. AI also identifies the high risk patient early, predicting complications like neuropathy, nephropathy, and cardiovascular outcomes. This also help in reducing the hospitalization by up to 20 to 30% in different clinical studies. The CGM platforms like Dexcom G7 now combine sensor data with cloud analytics to support pattern recognition and decision assistance. Diabetes management platforms like GluCare and ADS 360 integrate glucose, medication, and lifestyle data to track the risk and appropriately guide the follow-up. The key point is not that experimental AI. These tools are already in use currently at different countries. The main challenges are workflow integration, the clinician trust, and data privacy. Generative AI is scaling patient engagement in ways we couldn't do before. AI assistant provide 24 by 7 feedback, personalized learning adapted to the patient's knowledge level, and multilinguistic support. Conversational AI tools are now being studied across the globe against the standard of care, and early trials have shown faster insulin optimization and higher patient satisfaction. The reason is simple. Patient gets 24 by 7 access to the clear, personalized recommendations in their own language when they matter most, and not down the line weeks later in the clinical visits. Importantly, these tools don't replace us. Telehealth is highly effective, especially for type 2 diabetes management and in rural population. And different meta-analysis has shown significant improvement HbA1c and patient satisfaction. A 2025 meta-analysis of 6 different randomized control trials showed that telehealth achieves modest but significant improvements in glycemic control comparable across regions. When telemedicine is structured and combined with data and education, it improves access, maintains the quality, and supports long-term outcomes, especially for patients who struggle to attend frequent in-hospital visits. Mississippi Diabetes Telehealth Network demonstrated an HbA1c reduction of from 9.6% to 7.5% over a period of 1 year through remote monitoring and plus educational sessions. The most effective platforms combine video consultations, remote glucose monitoring, and digital education, not just only one single component. The continuous glucose monitoring is perhaps the most transformative technology currently we have today. Modern CGMs like Dexcom G7, Freestyle Libre 2 provides reading every 5 minutes, syncing to smartphones and provider dashboards. This enables decision detection of nocturnal hypoglycemia, hyperglycemic exertion, and reduce the glycemic variability, which the traditional finger stick used to miss completely. A 2025 meta-analysis of 11 randomized controlled trials showed AI-enabled CGMs reduce hypoglycemia, improves time in range, and modestly lowers HbA1c compared to standard CGM or usual care. The 2025 ADA update also recommends CGM not only for type 1 diabetes or those on intensive insulin therapy, but for all the adults with type 2 diabetes and on glucose lowering agents, which is a significant expansion. The evidence shows modest HbA1c reduction, but more importantly, meaningful improvement in time in range, hypoglycemia reduction, and quality of life. Time in range is the new gold standard. HbA1c tells us the truth, but HbA1c tells us the average, but time in range is the truth. Our 2026 goal for most diabetes patients is time in range below 70%, above 70%, with a strict target of less than 4% time below range. Unlike HbA1c, time in range captures day-to-day glucose fluctuations, glycemic variability, and impact of meals, exercise, and medications. And it's not affected by anemias or hemoglobinopathies, which are quite common. Current consensus suggests that even a 5% improvement in time in range is clinically meaningful for an individual patient. A 10% increase in time in range corresponds to approximately 0.8% HbA1c reduction and reduced microvascular complication risk. The smart insulin pens automatically record the dose, timing, send reminders for missed injection, provide the objective adherence data to clinicians, something which we traditionally relied on patients recall. This is especially useful when control is suboptimal and we are looking for the answers for the same. Variables like fitness trackers and smartwatches context by capturing the activity, heart rate, and sleeping patterns. They improve visibility, adherence, and decision making in everyday insulin care. 2025 ADA recommends offering connected insulin pens to patients on multiple daily injections based on better adherence, improved time in range, and modest A1C reductions. Critical 2024 findings showed that missing just two basal doses or four bolus doses over a period of 2 weeks is associated with 5% decrease in time in range. Connected pens help in objectively tracking the doses, flagging missed injections. Coming to one of the most exciting AI frontiers, which is reinforcement learning for personalized insulin dosing. Reinforcement learning is best understood as learning from experience, much like we all are using as of now through our repeated clinical visits and adjusting the insulins. The system looks at patient's current status, the CGM data and trends, activity and meal patterns, recommends an insulin dose, and then learns from the outcome. If the levels are glucose stays within the range, the decision is reinforced. And if not, it adjusts the approach next time. The clinical value is personalization. It adapts to patient individual insulin sensitivity, focusing on long-term outcomes like time and range, and not just single glucose values. Evidence is still early, and we need large-scale validation before this become a real standard of care. Beyond glucose monitoring, fitness trackers and wearable are becoming integral to diabetes management by providing the metabolic context we all were missing. Physical activity, heart rate variability, sleep patterns, and caloric expenditure are what we look for through these fitness trackers. The real power is real-time integration into a unified patient dashboard wherein CGM glucose, smart pen insulin doses, and fitness tracker activities converge and not just raw data dumps. This is comprehensive metabolic monitoring becoming a reality. The hybrid closed loop system are where automation is already delivering clear benefits. CGM data feeds into an algorithm that continuously adjusts the insulin therapy through the pump, making small real time micro connections. Adoption is growing globally, though access remains limited in many regions due to cost and training facilities. Automated insulin delivery represents the pinnacle of current diabetes technology. Integration of CGM with insulin pumps, enabling automatic real-time dose adjustments that mimic physiologic pancreatic function. These systems predict glucose trends up to 30 minutes in advance, reducing both the hypo and the hyperglycemic events while improving overall glycemic stability. The promise of all devices depends on one critical factor: seamless data integration. APIs now connect wearables and CGM's data directly to the hospital clinic EHR. Many EHR still lack true interoperability. Manual workarounds remain frustratingly common. This is the bottleneck preventing digital diabetes care from becoming a reality and reaching its full potential. Today, insulin pumps, CGM, and smart devices generate hundreds of variables, often in different formats, making it practically impossible to integrate into our EHR. Projects like ICO 2 address this by standardizing the device data into a common clinical language before it reaches the EHR. This integration reduces manual data entry, improves clinical decision making, aligning the whole care team, and enabling quality reporting. AI-driven clinical decision support pulls together glucose patterns, medications, comorbidities, and lifestyle data. What it gives back is not prescription, but evidence-based options, dose suggestion, safety alerts, and guideline-aligned recommendations, each with confidence scores. Over the time, outcomes feedbacks into the system, continuously improving recommendations, supporting, not replacing the clinical judgment. The technology is ready, but are we? Four simple steps. Embed AI recommendation directly into your EHR, train your entire staff on device management, spend at least 5 minutes per patient for device data review, and lastly, create clear patient onboarding protocols to reduce the tech frustration. Integration without redesign of workflow equals failure. Remote patient monitoring is no longer a luxury. It is the connected ecosystem which makes continuous care possible. We are moving from episodic 3 monthly clinical reviews to real time oversight with data streams from CGM, smart pens, and pumps unified into a single intelligent hub. A data alert can seamlessly transition into a virtual consult, allowing precise intervention when and where it matters the most. Digital tools transform clinical decision making through a three interconnected layer: clinical decision support systems, the personalized algorithms, and the coordinated care digital platforms, enabling seamless multidisciplinary care team communication for comprehensive, coordinated patient management. The evolution of decision pathways is moving us towards a truly automated and integrated system for managing insulin. We are now in plug and play era of automated insulin delivery, wherein advanced algorithms handle basal and bolus adjustment with minimal user input. Compared to traditional care, AI-led coaching and integrated remote patient monitoring deliver substantially greater A1C reduction of up to 1.2%. Telemedicine, standard CGM, and AI-enabled CGMs all show high-quality evidence with meaningful HbA1c and time in range improvements. Clinically, all this translates into fewer hospitalization, fewer hypoglycemia-related ED visits, lower cost, and better quality of life. Alongside benefits, we need to be clear-eyed about the risk: algorithmic bias, clinician over-reliance, data breaches, and digital divide. If access is uneven, technology can actually widen the disparities instead of closing them. Finally, a reality check on why adoption is slow, partially due to the clinician remain concerned about accuracy, transparency, and the costs. Uh, what helps is not top-down mandates from the management, but a bottom-up approach involving the clinicians early, piloting tools in the real-world workflows, and refining them based on the feedback. Wherever we use AI in healthcare, we must acknowledge the risk of algorithmic bias. The solutions are clear: diverse data sets, multi center validation, continuous monitoring, and most important, human in loop oversight so that clinicians can catch the errors and edge cases. Before we adopt digital tools, we must address data privacy and security. Clinically used platforms are expected to comply with medical regulation. But for us as clinicians, the key question is simple: what data is collected, who can access it, where it is stored, and how the patient can control or delete it. If those answers are unclear, the tool isn't ready for our routine care. AI provides the data, but the clinician provides the context, judgment, and empathy. We are the interpreters, we are the motivators, the gatekeepers, selecting the right technology for the right patient, ensuring tools enhance rather than complicate the care. Looking ahead to 2030, down the line 5 years, we anticipate non-invasive monitoring, breakthroughs in multi-hormone pumps. Our vision is invisible diabetes management. Exciting part is the rise of multi-omics integration. Imagine AI combining patient's genetics, microbiome data, and continuous glucose monitoring readings to create a truly holistic digital twin. The next 5 years will focus on making diabetes care more automated and less burdensome. We'll see wider use of AI-enabled CGMs and connected pen first, followed by more automated closed-loop system, implantable sensor, and eventually multi-hormone delivery. The goal is technology that fades into background and supports care rather than adding complexity. To summarize, AI and digital tools are already changing how we deliver diabetes care, making it more predictive, personalized, and precise. Importantly, success is not about adopting technology, but about redesigning workflow around real clinical practice. To end up, the digital diabetes revolution is not something coming in future; it's already here. When we combine our clinical judgment with intelligent digital tools, we combine with reactive care to proactive care, and that shift has power to change outcomes. What's required now is not perfection, but participation of all of us. We don't need to transform our entire clinical practice overnight. Start with one patient, one device, and one meaningful metric, whether it's time in range, hypoglycemia, or adherence. Thank you for your attention. Let's go transform diabetes care together digitally. Thank you.